Welcome into the Film Guy Network. It's football season, which means I've got a film study for you. What's up? You like that? You really like that? Let's shut up and grab some tape. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in to the Film Guy Network on a fabulous Monday morning, Monday afternoon, Monday evening, Tuesday morning, however, wherever you found this, we appreciate you for being here. If you're new to the network, my name is Brooks Austin. I'm the Director of Recruiting for Sports Illustrated, also more commonly known as the Film Guy. Around here, we break down big-time football games in college football, none bigger than that SEC championship game this past weekend. Normally, I give you about a 1.5, 2-minute soliloquy at the beginning of this and preface what we're about to watch with regards to this film study. We got a long one. We're going to go through almost every single play in the first half of this video from the SEC championship game. Obviously, a defensive rock fight. We're going to learn a lot about the chess match that was going on between Kyle Flood, Glenn Schumann, Steve Sarkisian, Glenn Schumann, and on the other side, obviously, Carson Beck, Mike Bobo, and that number one ranked defense in the country from Texas's side. Super excited to do this with you guys today. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Look, there's a rule around here for those of you who are new. A couple of things. If you learn anything about football, you have to subscribe. If you learn anything about your favorite football team, you have to subscribe. If you come to at the end of this video, watch the end of it and go, I sure did have a good time watching some ball. You got to subscribe. Them's the rules. All right, we got a saying around here. Let's shut up and let's grind the tape. Let's do it, dude. Let's do it, dude. You excited, Jonathan? Oh, man, what a good football game. I'm sure you're excited. Look, now, if you're a Texas football fan, look, understand something, Jonathan. There's going to be multiple times during this film study where you might have PTSD. You might have flashbacks, honestly, even as a Georgia fan, okay? Because you've lost a lot of these ones, right? Have you lost like 3 of these since Kirby's been here?
Yeah.
Okay, so, and all of them are like nut-cut football games. They're like real tight ball games, as was this one. It was a 4-quarter war. So super excited to do this one with you guys today. Make sure, like I said, you're hitting that thumbs up button. All right, here we go. Let's get on into the football game. They open up in 12 personnel. We're a big down distance formation personnel channel around here if you're new. That's the first thing we look for, particularly to start the football game. How are you playing offensively? What is the defense doing to try to counteract that, especially with regards to personnel matching against this Texas football team? So there you see it. One tight end over here, one tight end over here. How is Georgia matching it with regards to personnel? One outside linebacker over here. That's Jalen Walker. One outside linebacker over there. So they are opening in 3-4 personnel versus Texas's 12 personnel. So that's what we're taking a peek at right there. Post snap, rolls to cover 3. Okay, we're showing 2 high safeties to start. Is that defensive look as the ball is snapped? They'll roll 1 down, 1 back, all right, and give that cover 3 look from this defense, all right? Texas is doing a really good job to start the football game, giving Quinn early answers. And look, when this guy's at his best, watch how quickly he throws this 3-step no-hitch, okay? He's throwing this speed out at the top, and he knows he's got it based off this leverage from Daniel Harris at the top of the screen. He knows he's got this running the grass over here, right? So when he takes his drop, no hitch at the top of this, okay, immediately gets it out. Watch how early he throws this football, audience. Look at that, boom, no hitch at all. When we talk about playing on time at the quarterback position, the start of this football game from Quinn Ewers is the definition. Watch it from the tight. No hitch at all in this, John. Look at this, boom, one, get it right out. I love this, okay? Real early on time in this football game. You'll see that's the first speed out. They don't allow a multitude of these. I think they allow 2 to start this possession and then, start walking down coverage and taking it away. Now, later on in the football game, Jonathan, they ran what's called a bluff screen, okay? We're going to run a fake screen out here and then, boom, slant inside, all right? And it ran for 6, okay? But guess what? Second play of the football game, they tried to hit you face with it again or to start the game, okay? Michael Williams tips it at the line of scrimmage. But this is the same play, Jonathan. That's that bluff screen to start the football game and it's running the grass right now. If it gets completed, Dan Jackson's going to have to make a tackle. Malachi Starks is going to have to make a tackle. The backside corner is going to have to make a tackle. You're going to have to rally to the football, okay? But they put it on tape early on in the football game, just didn't get it hit. All right, ball gets tipped at the line of scrimmage. Number 2 jumps up and catches it. And then ultimately fumbles it again. Hey, by the way, will you get me a name on the roster of number 2? Because I don't want to call him number 2 all study today. He earned the right for me to name his name.
His last name is Golden.
Silas, it's not Silas. They have a Silas Bolden and a Golden. Will you get me Golden's first name? Golden had himself a ball game. We talk about this game being a game of moments and winning plays. 2 won almost every single one of his moments in this football game. There's a tip from Mykel Williams at the line of scrimmage. Great job getting hands up. All right. So is this the interception? No, it's not the interception. This is man coverage. Oh, my God, what an insane man beater. You got a name for me? Oh, you're good. All right. But here's the tough thing about when you play Georgia. And Quinn's great at doing this as a very veteran quarterback, right? Georgia's playing 2 high safeties, and they're going to Texas is going to jet the back.
Matthew Golden.
Something made me want to say Matthew. They're going to jet the back out of the backfield. Now, most teams, when playing man coverage, it'll look like this. That linebacker will run right out of the backfield, right? But instead, very late, KJ Bolden kind of rolls over at the very end. Now, the rest of the formation, right, is showing a lot of man coverage indicators from the University of Georgia, maybe a little 2-man there, but it ultimately ends up looking like cover 1, all right, 1 high safety, linebacker spying, KJ Bolden has the back out of the backfield. Now, when we got man coverage as an offensive coordinator and a quarterback, all right, we probably have some type of zone beater down here, all right, but definitely at the top, we have the man beater. Now, what is the man beater? At the top, we got a little zig whip return with the deep slant in here, or the deep end right here from number 1. Look at this. And look at it open up, and look how much grass that guy's going to run to. Let's start it from the top. Good luck being Malachi Starks right there. You think you're getting the out for sure. Okay, as soon as you get this kind of rub from that number 1 wide receiver, as soon as you get this kind of rub, you definitely think you're going to get some type of out right here. He sells the out, whips back inside against your leverage, and now he's running for days. I think all these Texas wide receivers are so damn good after the catch, man. They're all really, really good after the catch. 5, 2, 0, all of them really, really good after the catch. And here's 0 making some more. I mean, don't he look like a running back, Jonathan? Look how big and thick that kid is. He's got to be 6 foot, 205, 210 pounds. Out there in the open space is what he looks like, okay? All right. So, play number 4 of the football game now here, Jonathan. They've allowed already one of these to start the game, one of these nice little soft speed outs, right? And when the quarterback comes to the line of scrimmage right here, play number 4, we've got a butt to the sideline from one corner. We've got a butt to the sideline from another corner. We got one single high deep safety in the middle of the field. A lot of indicators that we're probably getting more cover 3, right? So now, as a quarterback to start this game, play 4, okay, all I know is I have this speed out working away. I've got it against good leverage from this corner at the top of the screen. All I've got to do is beat this nickel defender right here with the football. I've got to throw it on time and rip the ball. It's nice, easy, and comfortable for a very veteran quarterback in Quinn Ewers. Now, my notes right here as they get a good run after the catch and Dan Jackson takes a head off. My question in my notes says, play number 4. All right, they've allowed 2 of these nice, easy, on-time completions on these speed outs. Look at this footwork and look how nice and easy this is for 3. Check it out. Top of the drop, rip it, okay? Great ball, great timing against good leverage. It's always going to be there, okay? Where are we vulnerable in cover 3? We're vulnerable in the seams and in the flats. We all know that. So here we are, given a good offense, nice, easy completion. So, 4th play of the game, right on my nose. When are they going to take away this space? When are they going to make things a little bit difficult? When are they going to change the picture? Okay? When are they going to change the picture? Oh, well, there you go. 1st and 10, the very next possession, or the very next play rather, walk down, man indicator as the linebacker runs out with the linebacker. Okay, too high man indicators. So they immediately, the very next snap, after allowing 2 of these, they're like, all right, boom, bump that, immediately out of that. All right, watch what happens. They give him a man look, and now all of a sudden, we got a little hesitation at the top of the drop, don't we? We got a little hesitation at the top of the drop. Now we're moving off of it. Now we're not, immediately finding the answer in a soft zone coverage. Okay, by the way, the Dalen Everett pick that's coming later, it's in man coverage. I believe both of them are, actually. All right, so they immediately, 4 plays into the football game, are like, all right, well, let's change things up. Let's give him a different picture. And they create some hesitancy, all right, and force a scramble. And all of a sudden, oh, wow, the rush gets home. Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? As soon as we create some type of hesitancy at the quarterback position, we have suddenly a good rush. Look at Nas Stackhouse in there. That's a great job understanding what they're trying to do to you, okay? That guy's giving you a down block surface right now. I don't know why 76 right here in the middle is not collecting that nose tackle, okay? I don't understand why he's not getting any help, okay? That tackle's not coming all the way down. He's locked into a latch technique on the front side of his combination, or at least he's late on his feint. I guess 76 thinks 74 is coming all the way down, and it never happens. I don't know why 74 actually is not all the way down. We have somebody for the end man on the line of scrimmage. If they're teaching you to post for your teammate to get back, then they're probably teaching 76 to post for his teammate to get back, right? That would be what I would think. I think we have an improper post technique from 76 right there. All right, and that's a bad position for any running back. Force the scramble. But immediately giving answers to the defense, hey, let's stop allowing comfortability for the quarterback. Let's stop allowing comfortability for the quarterback. Play 6. All right, looks like too high right there, doesn't it? And if you're playing quarterback, you can't really see the fact that this is actually split safety, right? If you look on the all-22, it's nice and easy. You can tell their alignments are different. They're about a 2 yards difference. But when you're standing there at quarterback, all you have is your depth perception at that point, and they're a 1.5 yard difference. We're not really going to know that. If I walk to the line of scrimmage, I think I got some type of quarters, maybe cloud coverage, right? Because we're in bunch, right? I think I've got this nice, easy quarter umbrella, too high. All right, and as soon as the ball snapped, watch how violently they're rocking and rolling safeties, and then boom, all of a sudden we got a free hat in the box, and that free hat in the box is Dan Jackson, okay? And he's hunting. All right, they're rolling very late in this football game with their coverage. Also, by the way, Jonathan, we told you last football game, they did everything they could to provide a 5-man surface, didn't we? They knew, Georgia did, for 2 straight games, we're going to die on our sword. And what is our sword? Our 5 guys in the box are better than your 5 guys in the box. So we're going to put all 5 of your offensive linemen on one-on-ones every single play. And you're going to have to win for 4 quarters or you're going to lose. All right? And that's what the game plan was. And you can see it right there with the linebacker creeping into the box. And there you have it. A 5 down front. They were giving it to you for 8 quarters. 8 quarters. And they won. Okay, they won most of those one-on-one matchups. Most of this football game, both of these offenses absolutely lived in 2nd and 7. They lived in 2nd and 11. They lived in 2nd and 12. I think in the first half of this football game, for both offenses, the most successful first down run was a 5-yard gain. Terrible. This is two of the most efficient offenses in the sport, playing in 2nd and 11 the entire time. You should have known you were getting a defensive war. I wish I would have been out here betting some money lines on 2 things. One, the under. As soon as I saw first possessions, I should be like, ooh, hammer the under. The other thing, a couple of plays in a little bit in the study, you'll see Texas Bebop's interception like 4 or 5 times. And I probably would have bet the money line on Georgia at that point because I watched too many of these football games and that ball just start bouncing weird. And when that ball starts bouncing weird, start taking the other guy because we've seen it too many times, haven't you, Jonathan? Being on the other end covering football games like that on Georgia's side. Okay, here we go. Oh, no. Is this the interception, wasn't it? Hold on. No, it isn't. Oh, I know what we're looking at. We're looking at the tight right here. Pretty hard, Jonathan. They're a wide zone team. They're a stretch zone team. They're trying to do this stuff, right? Trying to do this stuff, trying to get the back out of pistol and then one cut this way, right? And what we're doing right here on the front side is we call these reach techniques, right? We're trying to take these offensive linemen and get to the front side of these defensive linemen and create some type of wall or create some type of crease. You know what makes it really, really hard to get to the front side of a defensive lineman? When he's already positioned out in front of me based off of alignment. You see that? They're already in front of my front side shoulder. By alignment, it's going to make it really, really hard. Now, what if at the snap, Jonathan, they also kind of, did one of them suckers? That'd probably make it really, really hard to get to my front side as well. Okay, so I also wonder, as we bring the tight end back across, I also wonder, and you see how just prepared these defensive front guys are for Georgia, and how much all of them are attacking the front side shoulder of their defense or of their intended blocker. Sometimes I wonder, when I watch Georgia be this prepared against teams like Tennessee and against teams like Texas, how much more exhaustive the pregame prep was and the analysis work of the analyst was, but B, when they go into advanced scouting metrics like this much against these football teams, how much of tendencies and tells they have against them. Okay, they do this out of this formation, or they do this on these downs, right? We're gonna call this slant and this stunt on this stuff. You see what I'm saying? All right. And these next two plays are a prime example of that. This is a run stunt against pistol that they're running to the field. Now, why would they do that? Most teams, at least Texas, maybe they have a tendency to run this stretch concept towards the field. More space to run, right? All right, so they're calling this stunt towards the field against the tendency that Texas has. And you can see these guys are prepped for this, guys. This dude's prepped for that. That dude's prepped for that. That dude's prepped for that. That dude's prepped for that. There's no doubt watching this tape that Georgia defensive players know and are comfortable with what they're seeing. And that could be a second game prep thing, right? You see a team twice, you have a little bit more comfortability in playing them. Now, this is where it gets insane. This is where it gets insane to me. Now, they're in a 3-3 personnel, Jonathan. 3 down linemen, 1 linebacker, 2 linebacker, 3 linebacker. Now, Georgia can do this because Smael Mondon is playing out of this world right now with regards to covering and sticking in the box. I'm telling you right now, Tu's having a season to close. If he continues to play like this, third rounder going to play on Sunday for years, okay? Because he's doing it. He's covering and playing great in the box. But they're playing a version of 2-man, Jonathan. They have man coverage everywhere. They're going to man up those 3 guys. Play with a safety over the top. They're going to man up Gunnar Helm down here with Smael Mondon, play with a safety over the top here. Now, they are rushing 5. They have 5 guys rushing in the offensive in the box. All 5 guys are coming. Now, you have 5 offensive linemen and a back in protection. You have 6. They have 5. You think the ball should be clean, right? Think the ball should be clean. Okay, and this is the day on every interception, and I'm sure everyone that watched the game on TV watched the interception. We know it's great. It's a great job by Dalen, and we should talk about that first. Okay, you see it at the top of his screen. What this is we have a metric during signing day. It's called strength at the top, right, Jonathan? During our wide receivers, we want to grade them at their strength at the top of the route. What does that mean? At the top of this route right here is right here. They are at the break point. Both of them are breaking out right now on this out route. Again, changing out of zone, getting into man, taking these out routes away, all adjustments, 6-7 plays into this football game. I'm giving y'all gas right now, okay? Look. All right, this is strength at the top. Dalen Everett does a great job. All right, but the ball's thrown way early. Okay, the wide receiver not quite ready for this ball to be on him out of this break. He's just turned his head around. The corner is ready. So he wins at the top. Great job, Dalen. But why is the ball early? The ball is early because the quarterback has felt pressure. Now let's talk about why the quarterback has felt pressure. All right. Whew. I watched this last night at 1 o'clock in the morning, Jonathan, and I felt like I was watching Mozart, okay, in his prime. I felt like I was there when Mozart was out here in his bag. I felt like I was right there. All right, and this is Glenn Schumann. Guys, this is play 7 of the football game. Play 7 of the football game. Now, it's really play 76 because they played them another football game. But this is play 7, okay? And knowing that Jalen Walker is walked down, they know they're counting Jalen Walker. They know that. They've had 2 games on tape. They already know that. So they're definitely counting him. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 down. Now, here's what's weird. Somehow, and maybe it's because they've already put it on tape, somehow they know Texas has a tendency to get a 4-man slide going that way, leaving a one-on-one for the running back and the linebacker. Now, most teams, Jonathan, when this happens, they're just going to be like licking their chops. They're going to be like, oh my God, we've got an opportunity for our linebacker to run down this Wisner kid's face, and we're going to put him at the feet of the quarterback, right? They're going to live for that, and they're going to be happy about it. And most teams aren't Georgia, but most teams are good. Most teams aren't Georgia. Georgia's great. Watch this, Jonathan. Knowing somehow 7 plays into the game that instead of, maybe they go 5-0, we could call 5-0 right here. We could just have the big 5, take the 5 guys in the box, check free, release the back. No. They know somehow that they're getting a 4-man slide this way. I know how, by the way, I've asked, and I'm going to tell you after this play, but it's still impressive. Watch. I know how they know. Watch C.J. Allen, okay? Oh, we're going to attack the back, right? We think we're getting that one-on-one, don't we? Back sure as shit does. He steps up. Uh-oh. They're picking me. They're running a TE stunt with the linebacker and the defensive end. C.J. Allen was never actually trying to get home. All he was trying to do is that right there. All he was trying to do is run into the inside hip of that tackle so Mykel Williams can come back inside. Now, they ran this before. They ran it against Tennessee. It's that famous clip of Raylan Wilson damn near breaking the ribs of that right tackle. But nonetheless, you still got to know you're getting a 4-by-1 slide. And as an offensive lineman, I got to tell you, Jonathan, great play at the end of that, by the way. I got to tell you, Jonathan, we always swore defenders were just dumb. Y'all just out here chasing the ball. The best of you are just physical. Y'all run. Y'all are violent. That's why you're better at what you do than I would be at doing what you do, because I ain't violent. I'm not a killer. You are. That's why you're here. But to watch that 7 plays in, to know, like the idea as a former offensive lineman that a defense 7 plays into a football game is going to predict how I'm going to protect. No. Blew my mind last night. Blew my mind. All right, so that's interception. Let's flip over and cut. All right, here we go. Flipping over to the other side of the football, taking a look at Georgia. Now remember, down, distance, formation, personnel. That's how we're collecting data and information on each football team when they come out. Each offense, what is the coordinator doing? What is he feeling out? What is the defensive staff doing to that football team as well? All right, so that's what we're looking at. 1st and 10. Let's see what Georgia's got out on the field. Looks like they're in 11 personnel. Ben Yurosek on the football field. Looks like Texas is in nickel personnel, playing it out of a 4-2-5. All right, so that's what we got from these 2 offenses. We got motion, safeties, rocking and rolling, butts turning to the sideline. Jonathan, what do we have here? Some type of zone, single high, gonna be cover 3. All right, so that's how we know that, right? This safety rolls down. You can't tell yet, but all of those guys are going to be on the same level once the ball is snapped. All right, but these dudes from Texas, all right, I think the most impressive thing to me, Jonathan, is how aggressively and how tightly they play their cover 3. Look at this. The ball is snapped. These guys are at 7 yards. Everybody else is, look at their lean. Look how forward lean they are. Guys, these guys don't allow 250, 300-yard passing games, yet look how downhill and aggressive their zone coverage is, okay? This safety that rolled late is actually going to come downhill and make this play at the line of scrimmage alongside the corner. And by the way, when you see this corner from the tight, this corner is 6'2", he's 200 pounds. He's a true freshman, okay? They got him too now. They got him too. And that's the thing about some Georgia fans watching this, and maybe some other fans that aren't Texas fans that may not be educated about this. And we told you going into it, this was going to be a rock fight defensively. I think everybody looked at these defensive metrics and stats from Texas and was like, they ain't played nobody. They were not watching the film. These guys, I think this is, there ain't a guy on the field I don't think ain't going to play on Sundays. These guys are elite. They're so big, they're so fast, and they're so athletic. I've seen big and fast. But there's a lot of knee knock big and fast. There's a lot of bad body big and fast. These are athletes. All these guys move really, really, really well. Okay? Great stick by the corner right there to start the football game by that young player. All right? Most efficient offenses in the country, 2 of them. All right, both of them in the top 25 in efficiency. They lived in 2nd and 7+, both of them, on both sides of the ball, the entire football game. Until maybe the second half, Georgia, I felt like, went from living in 2nd and 7 to living in 2nd and 6. Would you agree? That's about it. That was the difference. What do we got on play 2 right here? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Guys, this should be 6. This should be 6 right here, okay? Except these 2 defensive tackles, man. Oh, God. Holy hell. Holy hell. I had to look it up on the roster last night, Jonathan. You know me. That's my bar trick. That's my thing. My thing is looking at dudes on tape going, he's 6'3", 285, which is what these guys look like. If you just watched them on tape, they look way smaller than they actually are. You know why? Because they move way better than you ever imagined a 6'5", 330-pound human being would. All right? And watch this human. Watch this number 45, what we call retrace right here, okay? Watch him retrace, run this ball down, all right, make that tackle. Now, Jonathan, if you had to guess, if we had to invert the bar trick right now, how big do you think number 45 is?
6'3", 280.
You think number 45 is 6'3", 280. That's about what I thought last night watching the tape too. Okay, hey, he's a shade technique right now, but this guy over here is obviously bigger than him. That's what he looks like. So maybe they got bumped into a funky alignment. That's what my brain's telling me. I'm like, yeah, you're right. 3-tech, twitchy body type. Give me 6'3", 285. 6'4", 305. All right, so let's play the other game with number 95. How big do you think number 95 is? Now, yeah. Let's watch him run right quick. All right, let's watch him run right quick. Now, hey, that right there, staying on your feet right there when getting, this is a vet move by Tate right here, little quick tug. Do you see that one? Little quick tug right there. All right, now, I have a football coach and every NFL scout I talk to say, great athletes stay up. Great athletes stay up. Bad athletes fall right here. Bad athletes fall right here. All right, so you've seen number 95 move. Jonathan, let's play a game here in the bar. How big do you think number 95 is?
6'4", 290.
6'4", 295. Survey says 6'5", 320. 6'5", 320, moving like running backs, moving like running backs, running down a 10-3, 800 meter. Actually, no. He ran 10 flat, didn't he? Didn't Arian Smith run 10 flat in college? Okay, his first year running track, chasing down 10 flat. Get the out of here, man. Get out of here. We had people on Twitter talking about some bad offense in that SEC football game, SEC championship game. Bro, y'all were not watching the football game. Y'all were not watching these defenses. Absolutely stuffed on quarterback sneak. Give me the punt team. Give me the punt team. We'll watch it from the tight before we give you the punt team. Anthony Hill, sir, you are something else, brother. You are some kind of football player. I'm going to tell you that right now. Let's go on back to the other side of football. We have a 0-0 football game right here through 2 drives on both sides. All right, here we go. Fresh off of an interception from Quinn Ewers. Let's see how Texas's offense responds. Kind of backed up. Ball at the 12. Not one of those where you're feeling hairy, but you definitely ain't feeling comfortable. You know what I mean? So here we go. Let's see what they got going on. Now, we talked about personnel packaging and what they were doing last time. Showed a lot of 5-down fronts, particularly in that first possession, right? And last football game. Here we go. Next possession. Ooh, little 4-down front. We're pitching to them, right, Jonathan? We're giving them a bunch of different looks. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to give them a bunch of different looks. And, by the way, doing it out of base personnel, but a different base personnel. Normally, Georgia's base personnel is 3-4, right? 3 down linemen, 2 outside linebackers, 2 inside linebackers. Now, their base personnel in this package is 4-3. Okay, 4 down linemen, 3 inside linebackers. You see what I'm talking about? This is just... They're just out here imagine being a coordinator. He out here just playing with you the whole time with regards to his personnel packaging. I think this ball's got to be pressed a little bit better outside. I think this is going to hit. I think it's going to hit outside if he just continues. Look, this ball's creasing here. We got two blockers here. We got a kick out. There's the crease and the channel right there for this running back. We've just got to keep pressing. It's a great play by, I think that's Raylan Wilson on the front side. Okay, it's a great play by this front side inside linebacker. Great patience, great job finding an angle and not overpacing the back, right? Not outrunning the back. If the back wants to play it slow, we're going to play it slow, okay? So let's stay in front of him, but let's not overchase the back and create a cutback lane for the running back, if that makes sense. You can really see it from the tight, but I do think the back probably should have pressed it front side just a little bit more. I think there is a crease down the outside of this formation. I think we actually get it kind of licked as an offense on this pin and pull right there. You see that, Jonathan? That is the crease out here. We've got to get there and press it and get there fast enough. The only problem is Raylan's doing a great job undercutting, if you will, this play right here. The problem I've always had with teams trying to be either wide zone, screen-based, stretch offense, like teams that, reverse guys, jet sweep teams that try to play otherwise, in other words, with a lot of team speed. Like, we're just trying to get it out on the perimeter. You've heard offensive coordinators say that. We're just trying to get it out to our athletes in space. Buddy, ain't nobody got better athletes in space than the University of Georgia, except for maybe Texas this year on the defensive side of the ball. So the idea that you want to run east and west, they're just not going to win. You're going to have to go downhill at some point in the football game in these types of ball games. And getting it outside of the perimeter is a great little balancing act, right? We want to do a little bit of both. But eventually, you're going to have to, come downhill and run at these dudes. Now, showed that 4 down front now, back into that 50 down front. Hey, John? We're going to make you play it. We're going to make you play it, even if we have to play it out of weird-ass personnel like I'm going to show you here in just a minute. Okay, like I'm going to show you here in just a minute. They're still in that 4-3 personnel, but that's the beauty of having this guy, right? Having this football player on the field is brilliant. And maybe hopefully you can find more of them, but they just don't grow them on trees. But this guy can play a traditional off-ball inside linebacker. You don't have to change personnel and then walk him down, and he can play an edge rush, right? He can play a stand-up, walk-down edge rush. Let's talk front side. This is how you stop wide zone, or actually, in this case, I think Texas is actually working more mid-zone. These guys aren't trying to get deep on bucket steps and reach these guys. Jonathan, if you take a look here, it's a bad news day for you, isn't it? You feel like every time your phone goes off, you got to look at it? Yeah, it's a bad day for Brooksy to be up on the board for 4 hours. I apologize. Okay? But anyways, we watch those wide zone arcs. They look more like this. Mid zone kind of looks like this. Inside zone kind of looks like this. All right? But nonetheless, it looks to me like we've got some mid zone working for Texas, especially as the front side back starts to insert here. I think we're trying to run some mid zone here. But watch these front side blocks right here from 10 and 13. Watch them hold these offensive linemen at the point, okay, and maintain outside leverage. So there's no way they do it in unison, essentially. There's no way this ball's pressing this way outside. They're not going to get reached. They're not going to get driven off the spot. By the way, this is happening behind the line of scrimmage. Now it's all about block disruption. Which one of you two guys is going to get off those backside blocks and make a play? The answer, both of them. Okay, so that's what's happened consistently, all right, against Texas in the run game for Georgia. The front side of the defensive line has played extremely stout, and the backside has been extremely disruptive. For 2 football games, that's what we've seen on tape. Now, 3rd and 13, this can't happen. Okay, pre-snap, it looks to me like they're playing some type of single high. Okay, it looks to me like Dan Jackson's back here. And as a quarterback, that's what I would be thinking. I'd be like thinking, oh, they're probably maybe one man, maybe we're getting cover one robber. They've been playing a lot of man coverage on me lately, right, Jonathan? Taking away those easy zone completions. All right, now the ball snaps, down set Hut. They're actually going to roll into a Tampa. Okay, he's got bubble flat over here. He's got bubble flat over here. KJ Bolden's got middle of the field running the old Tampa hook. All right, they've got a deep safety here, 2 underneath defenders. It's a lot of coverage. It's a lot of coverage everywhere. All right, but Great call right here by Texas. I love this right here. I love this. I love everything about this. They run exit motion. Now, a lot of teams run an exit motion with the wheel up the boundary, aren't they, Jonathan? A lot of teams. But I want you to pay attention. I want the audience to pay attention. Put us in two. This is the most important thing. Now, Jonathan, a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, Aaron Rodgers went viral bitching about the wide receiver not running the red line. Do you remember hearing about that? The term red line. All right, some of the audience does. Let's talk about the red line. The red line, if you've ever played at a practice field in college, is the lacrosse red line that's out marked on the field. Okay, and it's just out there. It's marked. Okay, it's just a big fat red line. And when we run our offense, sometimes, especially against cover two, we got that one flat guy out there, right? And then we got the one deep safety out here, right? Now, the only way to run this vertical, we can't run it down the sideline. We don't want to get pushed out of bounds. We can't run it down the numbers. We're going to get ran into the safety, right? We have to run it down the red line. We have to run it down the red line. So watch what number 2 does right here. Watch him widen his route right there. Boom. Widens it right to the red line, right? Gets to that point right down the line, and Quinn throws a perfect ball high and away from the underneath defender right down the, quote, red line. So that's where we start. We always start with the credit, never the criticism. Now, let's talk about criticism. If you're going to play this underneath, okay, if you're going to play this as a safety, underneath, meaning we're taking it undercut, right? We got to play the ball. We have to play the football. We can't play underneath and not play the ball. If we play over the top, we can play the man, right? We can hit him. We can play the man. We can get a shoulder. We can disrupt the football once it gets there. If we play underneath, we have to play the football. It's the only answer. If we don't impact the ball, we're not going to make the tackle, okay? But I like the route. I like the call. I like the ball. I like all the offense right here, okay? I also love that I can take a term that I didn't know. Like, I didn't know red line. I never had played in a system where we talked about stuff like that. We just like, hey, you've got the wheel. But you've got the wheel ran on the red line. You see the difference. That's the difference between a good offense and great offense, okay? We were never even a good offense. See? Oh, I see why you couldn't play the ball. Pretty damn good ball, huh? Pretty damn good ball. That's probably why you can't play the ball. I've seen that happen to him a couple times. Years past, it was against Florida back in 2020, Anthony Richardson year. Richardson got him with a hose ball down the sideline. This is what we call a man rep from your corner. An absolutely man's rep. Now, hey, they're going to show a 5 down. They're going to give you a 5 down, even if the personnel is absolutely whacked. And we've seen them sporadically show it. I don't know what tendencies they had that let them know we need to play 50 versus this every time we see it because we're probably going to get a run or whatever. I don't know. I'm not in the rooms. I'm just telling you, over 2 straight football games, and by the way, that's real indicative of a wide zone alignment. The back's way over here, right? And you're in nub into the boundary. A lot of tendencies that if I were sitting on a sideline on a high school football game, Jonathan, I'd be going, hey, they're coming back to us with wide zone. You've seen me do this over and over again. It's these alignments that make me think that. You see back way offset, 4 yards, we're probably getting this type of motion, okay? So that's probably why they're showing that 50 down front. Now, here's the hard part. And here's why I think it's unique to Georgia. I think it's very unique to these very elite football teams. That's a corner that they're now asking to do this, which means, Jonathan, on Tuesday of last week, they had to put in some type of play call or some type of practice period where this corner now addresses, how to set an edge versus a pulling guard. How to set an edge versus a pulling guard. Because you know what? Maybe, just maybe, they get us into it. Maybe they do something to us on Saturday to force our hand to where our corner of all people now has to come down and run support and set an edge versus a pulling guard. You see what I mean? Like guess what? They all have the same schedules. They all have the same limited amount of practice time. And it's all about what you choose to prepare your football players to do. What situations are you going to get them put in, right? And I remember asking Kirby about drops this year. And I know we're watching defense, but I would ask him about drops. So I say, how do you coach it out? And he said every week when we go watch the tape, if there's a player that does something wrong or doesn't execute, the first thing I ask my staff is how many times have we given that player that look? How many times during practice have we given that guy the opportunity to make that play? And if it's 1 or 2 and not 8 or 9, then it's just as much on us as it is on the player. I mean, come on, man. Do you get as juiced as I do when you hear that shit? Because I do. Oh, man, that stuff. That's football. That's high-level football. Oh, by the way, go back on this play. Number 94 is change of direction. Absolutely elite. Absolutely elite. Watch big number 94 right here. They're throwing him on a stunt, okay? They're throwing him on a stunt, and as he sees, okay, outside zone, okay, he's clearly pin and pulls going that way, right? They're going that way on the screen. He sees that. Now, even though I'm getting upfield, now I got to get flat, okay? And then go make that play. Almost get a face mask, but nonetheless. That's a big dude going east and west whilst going north and south. By the way, 6'4", 330, right? Big, physical, lots of dudes, lots of man meat in that middle. Hey, yo. Nick Saban ain't bullshitting when he's out here on ESPN caping for the conference, okay? Come down here. Play this man meat. See what it's about. All right, that's the last one, I promise. We're only like 1.5 pages into no, we're 2.5 pages into a 6-page study. We're gonna be here 3 hours, I'm telling you. All right, play 12. Hey, Diggs will always run to grass first cover 3, right, Jonathan? They'll always run to grass first cover 3, and this is what they got going on, right? Safety's gonna roll down. Oh, safety's gonna roll down here. No, I did it twice. You kidding me? Safety's going to roll down here in the middle of the field. This safety's going to roll back, but to the sideline indicating we got deep thirds. We've got deep thirds over here, okay? Now, if we're going to run this deep over here, and it actually gets rolled more like that, if we're going to run that deep over, all we have to worry about is 2 people, right? Front side safety who's rolling this way, so we're already running into his leverage. We're running against his leverage, or one of these underneath defenders getting a little hairy. All right, those are the things we're worried about as an offense. But inevitably, if we have time, this deep over will run to grass. And that's what we've got. We've got time, even though the underneath defender right here is doing a tremendous job of turning and running, I think that makes it a really tough window, especially when you look at it from the tight right here. Take a look at this. I thought in the first game, Quinn Ewers, and I thought this is the difference in the start of the football game compared to what it might look like later. In the first game, guys, this was a turn down. There's not a lot of quarterbacks that want to throw that ball up underneath that defender because that's what the picture looks like, okay? And that's a hairy window to throw that football into. It does not feel comfortable to do that. You have to layer that ball. Most bad quarterbacks turn that ball down. The really good ones rip it with confidence like he does right here. This is a good start to this football game for Quinn Ewers. Shit, I totally forgot they got Bond too. I'm sitting out here thinking, wow, 5 had a good game, 2 had a good game, 0 had a good game. And then there's Isaiah Bond to start the ball game. Has he not had as good of a year as he did last year, Jonathan?
I don't think so.
He's been banged up though, right?
Yeah.
Been banged up. This is OPI, but what a hell of a man beater it is. You don't have to do. I've never understood why wide receivers do this. They're trying to show and simulate. You know how they kind of do the screen action that looks like this, Jonathan? Well, now they're trying to leak this tight end down the boundary on this out and up. I just don't understand why wide receivers do this. You don't have to collision this guy this hard, man. They're going to run into each other. We don't have to collision that guy like that, okay? We're 100% getting called for OPI every time we make a collision like that, okay? But it doesn't matter because Helm drops the ball. We miss the opportunity as an offense. But yeah, we can't collision like that. By the way, for years I've gotten called a homer because I do the we thing when I'm breaking down film. I'm doing it all over the place right now. I think we is offense. I think that's what it is. When I listen to myself, I don't do that defensively unless no, it's whoever I'm coaching. We gotta hit this better. We gotta be tighter on this out route. We gotta do this. We gotta do that. I think it's whoever I'm trying to coach. Where are we at? Play 14. It's a 50-50 moments game, right? We talked about that yesterday. It's a 50-50, hey, who's going to go make the moment play? Georgia won this rep right here. Okay, Georgia won this rep right here. We don't have to get too exhaustive into the analysis of it. It is a one-on-one opportunity. Daniel Harris versus their number 2. Now, my question is, do you think this ball is underthrown? Because I think this ball is underthrown. I think if this ball is thrown outside here, I think it's a touchdown. I think since it's thrown back inside, if we have an opportunity to turn our head around as a DB and make him run through us, which is not the answer for a touchdown, okay? I think the ball's underthrown. All right, now, they are in 21 personnel. They have 2 backs on the field, Jaden Blue, all right, and the other back, and with the tight end on a nub set, okay? They're running a tight end screen. They're going to pretend to block, and then run the tight end back over here. Now, this play is intended to attack one football player as Georgia rolls to another cover 3 look with a split safeties, okay? Let me show you. Come on, down, set, hut. Here we go, okay? So we have one deep third player here. We have one deep third player here in the middle. Got another deep third player here in the middle. Safety rolling down. 2 hooked players down here. Now, it's set to attack one player, Jalen Walker, who is the flat player right now, all right? And when he's your flat player, you got to block him, and they can't block him. So he makes play. It's well designed. It's going to hit. It's going to hit. If this left tackle makes this block, which I'm not saying is an easy one, I think it's the left tackle. If he makes that block right there, I think that thing is running for days. Okay, we got one for him. We're already blocking him. Hell, C.J. Allen's turning and running the other way, and we have a body for him, and we got an ambulance blocker for the turnaround chaser right here. This guy's got an opportunity to pick up whoever's running for trash. So it's going to run for a tremendous amount of grass. Just can't get the guy we're designing it to attack. We can't get him blocked right here. Can't get this big dude blocked. And I ain't got to coach up 3rd and 27 too much. It ain't going to be it. I think I did a good enough job at least getting into field goal range right here, to be honest with you. Call a run play. I think it gets 12 yards. Georgia playing everything to do with pass, playing too high, man under, all right? And Texas runs the football, like I said, for about 10, 12 yards. They kick another field goal. Now up 3-0. Okay, now they're up 3-0. So we have points. But man, are they hard to come by. By the way, I know this is exhaustive study. I know it is, but I think every play in these football games matter. I think every single, what coordinators are trying to do, how they're adjusting, right? What defensive coordinators are doing, how they're adjusting, all right? Everything in this football game mattered, so we're going to watch them all. And here's the deal. If it takes you 5 times to come back and watch this, we ain't got football for both of you football teams for what, 20 days? Texas ain't playing until the 21st. Georgia ain't playing until the 1st. So come on back. Come on back if you ever want to watch again. All right, let's go on to the next possession. All right, so now we have, Jonathan, the 2s for Texas's interior defensive line. So we saw their 1s, big, athletic, running like running backs, tricking your minds with regards to how big they are. You have to look it up, all right? Bill Norton, not so much. My man Bill Norton walks in. Should I imitate the stance? You think so? You think so? All right, here we go. All right, so we got a bunch of really, really athletic dudes from Texas when we watch these tapes every single time. Now, my man Bill Norton, not so much. DJ Bill, whatever they call him. My man DJ Bill stand just like this, as most big hefties do, okay? Former offensive lineman Bill Norton, I would imagine. He stand like this, he gets the call, and then like most big guys, to get into his stance, he has to do one of these and then kind of rock on one side and then hit it with one of those. And that's kind of Bill Norton's stance right there because he's so damn big. Now, if you put us back in 2 over there, Jonathan, you see a pretty good imitation right there of my man Bill Norton's stance. Hey, boys? Now, I would show you from behind like we see Bill Norton, but you ain't got to get all that personal with your boy today. But nonetheless, that's Bill Norton's stance. Everybody else one of these right here, okay? This is how you got a dude in front of you. If he line up like this, and he do one of those, and then he go like that, and then you see the butt perk up like that, you finna get a speed rush, dog. You finna get an athlete in front of you. That one's gonna be scary. But if you see the sumo side slant, just get ready. You're gonna have to bring your forklift to get that dude up out of the ground today. So a little scouting theories with Brooks right there as we break down stances. That's the big hefty, all right? That's the big hefty. That's the twitch. That's the twitch. We all get it? Here we go. Also, I think I found a new favorite player, Jonathan. I love a real lunch pail guy. Gruden would be all over 16. This is Michael Taaffe. Now, Michael Taaffe, walk-on, 3-year starter, former no-star corner, transitioned to safety. That sounds a little familiar.
Sound like Dan Jackson.
It sounds like they got their version of Dan Jackson. Now, I've done my research on Mr. Taaffe. Mr. Taaffe is Texas football. You know what I mean? Michael Taaffe is 5th generation Longhorn. Michael Taaffe is Duncanville, Texas, multi-time state champion. That's Michael Taaffe. Michael Taaffe's lunch pail. Michael Taaffe's gritty. All right? Michael Taaffe's coach's kid. Michael Taaffe, Jonathan, twitched up as an ever-loving shit. Plays faster than anybody on this defense in the back end, maybe not named Makuba. All right? And I don't know if he played in the first game, but damn, he sure popped on this one. He makes 2 of the nastiest plays in this first half, this one included, all right? Watch him roll down right here, stay with outside leverage, attack a guard, keep his outside arm free, all right, and make this play. You can't make a run fit from your safety look better on tape than that right there, okay? I mean, and it happened at a yard. I love me some Michael Taaffe, Jonathan. Wait till you see the play he makes on a deep over return that Georgia runs a little bit later, a play that all year long has hit for, probably 35 yards on average? They don't call it every time. I think they've only called it 4 or 5 times all year. But the dig return from the tight end has hit for an explosive. Every time they've ran it this year, this game, not so much. I'm going to have to watch the TV copy. This is called PI. I think right there is what gets him. Right at the top, he hugs it. He pins the shoulder and kind of grabs the shoulder column like that. And did you see the TV copy of this? I didn't either. I'm sure Texas fans will let us know if they thought it was a PI or not. I think it's ticky-tacky either way. I don't see a lot of impingement on the movement. But Carson doesn't miss this bad. So maybe there was some. I don't know. But it wasn't blatant, I'll tell you that much. See, we don't see it in that view, but I don't know. I ain't gonna lie to you. There are a couple of calls. I'm Save the Whales guy, right? There's a couple of calls where I'm like, where? What? Huh? And they all went in your favor, Jonathan. My question, why does Jurasik look stunned? Let's watch this from the tight, okay? They're running, or at least it looks like they're running, inside zone it's actually split zone, okay? So we got this action over here, okay? This action right here. And the tight end's coming back, you would think, for the end man on the line of scrimmage, right? This guy right here, the end man on the line of scrimmage. Now, watch this play, okay? It looks to me as if Jurasik seems stunned that the backside end is right there. It's like, oh shit, the end man on the line of scrimmage is right there. Yeah, the end man is on the line of scrimmage. Now, here's what I think might have happened. Okay, you got a freshman at left tackle, right? And we've been praying for inside split zone, right? Or insert split zone. Hey, that backside tight end, just instead of, running him all the way back for the backside end, doing this action and everybody blocking down, what if, hear me out, coach, what if we latched the backside defensive end, kept these angles running to that backside inside linebacker, and then inserted for that front side Mike? That'd be pretty cool, huh? That'd be pretty cool innovation and adaptation to our split zone action. Okay, well, here we go. I think that's what Jurasik thinks is happening, because though he does have his eyes on the end man on the line of scrimmage, he sure as shit is taking a track for that inside linebacker, isn't he? That's what it looks like to me. So I don't know who's busting right now, but somebody is. Hey, yo. My executive producer has told me to just go ahead and run the thing. I did the work on the notes. I did the work on studying it. I stayed up for 6 hours watching it. So you're going to sit here for 3 watching it. And I hope it's good work for you. Okay. I hope you're enjoying it. If you are, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. All right. And definitely subscribe. Jonathan, look how tightly they squeeze their cover 3 shell. Okay. It looks like it is cover 3. Okay, butt to the sideline. He's rolling down. Safety's in the middle of the field right there on the SEC logo. Don't know if you can see him. But it looks to me like it's going to be cover 3. Now, that's how that's right there as the ball is snapped. Now, let's go. Downset Hut, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Look at this. Okay. Now, we've paused it again 2.5 seconds later. Okay. That hook defender looks like he's in man coverage already. It's so damn tight, they've matched the coverage. This other hook defender, the safety, the middle field safety's already rolled down up underneath this hook, and it's underneath it. Can't throw it. You're not going to be able to. This apex defender, this hook curl defender, he's got good leverage to undercut this. This deep third player is already running up underneath this out route from the wide receiver. This is why they're the number 1 defense in the country. It's why their defensive backfield does not allow explosives. It's all the whys, okay? Because after 2 seconds, Downset Hut, 1 second, they look like they're in cover 3, and it is cover 3. Within 2 seconds, they've zone matched the shit so good that it looks like it's man coverage. We all get it? We're all impressed, right? I'm impressed. Oh, but the quarterbacks suck, right? It's just bad offense. That's what we watched. We just watched bad offense. No. Not at all. We are watching masterpieces right now defensively. And of course, you're watching, you're like, oh shit, the rush got home. Yeah, no duh, the rush got home. The coverage is insane. You can see it from the tight. The coverage is absolutely insane. We got a quarterback clicking through reads, okay, trying to get the ball off, and doesn't like any of the windows, because there are none. There are no windows. I'm just gonna let this play roll. It's an empty. It's a swing screen to the running back. His change of direction, his ability to make guys miss. It's like full speed too. Tell me at any moment, does this guy ever slow down while making that move right there? You seeing this, Jonathan? Mm-hmm. Making that move right. Does it look as impressive to you guys as it did to me late last night writing the notes? Because I don't see a change in speed. I definitely see a change in direction right there. There's no change in speed. It's like watching a guy play Tetris, you know, at its super fast speed. Like this is like an elite Tetris player right here. I wonder if it looks as impressive from the tight as it did from the wide. Let's see here. Yeah. That guy's good, man. All right, 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10. Not an ideal situation to be in, right, for any offense. The notes just say Jesus Makuba, who is right here. I think this is the pound for pound. I might call him Mighty Mouse. Look at this. You talking about clicking and driving? That T-step or that W drill you do during the combine where they make the players wave, right? They make them do this and then get out of there, you know, and then they go make the play. Okay, so that drill, all right, that's just to see what their drive steps look like, right? How well they drive down on routes once they recognize what's happening to them. Watch this click and drive right here. The click is the recognition. The drive is the getting out of the break and getting downhill. I'm telling you what, boys and girls, that is impressive, okay? I think Makuba's like 180 pounds soaking wet, maybe. But God, if he don't play big, he strikes, man. He strikes. I like to call. We're going to call him Mighty Mouse on this network, as he, almost caught a body this past weekend. All right, let's go back to the other side of the ball. By the way, those of you sitting at home with a snap count, we are 17-10 right now, Texas to Georgia. 17-10, Texas to Georgia. All right, so Texas is up 3-0 at this point. Is that correct? 3-0 at this point. Had a successful drive, 3 or 4 successful drives. One ended in a turnover, one settled for a field goal. So here we go. Let's see how they open up the next possession. This is, I think, their best first down run to date. And this is both offenses through what were 27 snaps in. This is the best first down run either team has had. And by God, if they ain't earning the hell up out of that 5 yards, if they ain't earning the hell up out of this 5 yards, I don't know what it looks like. I mean, that's the best picture at the line of scrimmage that they've had. I always love to do this. This is my test. It's my test for line disruption, right? What it looks like for movement. And anybody can do this one at home. I have a lot of people that sit on the channel sometimes and they comment on the channel. Man, sometimes Brooks talks over my head. And anybody can do this one. Pause the film, pause the tape, whether it's the TV copy or the coach's copy. Pause it when the running back approaches the line of scrimmage, which is where we're at right now, right? He has just reached the line of scrimmage. This is how you know whether or not your offensive line's winning or your defensive line's winning. Okay, and here it is. Look, we have a crease, right? We have created a crease. So finally, we have created some displacement at the line of scrimmage as an offense. All right, and shocker, it ends in a 5-yard gain. A 5-yard gain, which I don't know about you, Jonathan, but used to it was what? 3 yards in a cloud of dust, right? That's how we'd make fun of non-efficient offenses, non-explosive offenses. 3 yards in a cloud of dust, 3 yards in a cloud. You know what the new 3 yards in a cloud of dust should be? 5 yards in a cloud of dust. You ain't going to get super aggressive on 2nd and 5 because you don't love being in 3rd and 5, do you? You don't. Okay? So the whole playbook ain't open to you anymore on 2nd and 5. Stats don't tell you want to be in 3rd and 5. Stats tell you either want to be in 3rd and 3 or not in 3rd down at all. Okay? These notes right here just say, holy hell, what a run from 26. And you can't really see it from the wide, so I want to show it to you from the tight. Sometimes there's that 5 down look again from Georgia. They're going to give it to you. They're going to show it to you all day long when they think you're in a wide zone concept. Which, I don't know. I would love, and they'll never let me in the room because I keep saying stuff like this and I do what I do. I would love to be in the room. I would love to know how they know and when they know to be in 5 down fronts. Because for 2 straight games, Jonathan, ironically, it's coincided when Texas is trying to run some type of wide zone concept, has it not? We see it over and over and over and over and over again. So they must know something. They must have something. The tendency breakers must be there. Okay, so nonetheless, here's what we got going on. I got a bunch of dudes winning on the front side. But sometimes all we got to do is find the one combination block that's quote unquote winning. And that's what's happening right now, right? These 2 guys are actually creating movement. We see that, right? That is back further than these 3 guys, right? So we've created some knockback as a running back. All we got to do sometimes is just trust the knockback. He sticks it right in there. Warren Brinson turned around just a little bit. But I thought, man, what a tremendous run from 26 right here. Talk about trusting the concept and trusting your coaching points, right? That's a crease that nobody finds. By the way, Jonathan, at any point today during Transfer Portal Monday, if anybody hits the portal worth noting, you let me know. Nothing happened?
No.
Yeah, a bunch of dryness right now going on, huh? You know what it is? First day of negotiations. That's what we got. Hey, Coach, they offering that bag. Here we go. Go on to the next play. So they've had a couple of successful runs, right? Guess what you're getting? You're getting that play action man beater. You're getting that play action beater right here. Double bender off the play action. We got one here. We're going to leak the running back this way. Okay? Here's the thing about Sark's offenses, and we've studied them, 4 or 5 times at this point this year. They're not super complex in the sense that you're going to get 4 or 5 options out into the route concepts, right, in the passing concepts. Most of their concepts are what? 2 and 3 man options. That's it. They only got 2 or 3 guys out on the route. So you don't have to cover a bunch of people. As long as you're prepped, as long as you don't have anybody biting down, as long as you can stop the run, you shouldn't have too many problems with regards to having guys exposed running the grass, all right? Especially when you're getting home as Chaz Chambliss is right here against that boy Gunnar Helm.
The ref gets absolutely obliterated.
The box ref?
Yeah.
This guy? They're trying to pick him. No, man. It's a good job by the, who is that, Raylan? Or it's a CJ? It's a good job by CJ trying to get back up underneath that bender, though. I love seeing that. Run right through the zebra, cuz. Come on now. Let's watch it from the tight. We get to see the pressure from Chaz Chambliss. Hey, what's the best, or what's the most important thing, Mike to the face, Jonathan? What's the most important thing, and you may or may not get it, but what's the most important thing for a defensive end when seeing play action? Converting what to what?
Run to pass.
Yes, sir. That a boy. Converting run to pass. Who is the best at it? Azeez Ojulari. Azeez Ojulari, best run to pass conversion I've watched in years. Now, what does that look like for the audience members that are new? Okay, you're going to get a run look from Chaz Chambliss. See the pointing down? That's him thinking he's getting down, 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 or some type of run block. But now he's in a base technique, nice and square to the line of scrimmage. He's going to get run fit right off the bat from the tight end, okay? He's going to get run fit. Low hat, right? Low hat, 6-inch step. Looks like he's getting a run fit from the tight end. So we got to play run. Nice square hat. We got to hit him with our screws. We got to butt, press, peek, and shed, right? That's what we talk about as a defensive lineman. We got to shock, press, peek, and shed. Woo, get rid of the box. So here we go. Now we have a run fit. We're going to convert to pass. Do we have news now?
Nitro Tuggle plans to enter the portal.
Yeah. Nitro Tuggle into the portal. So there you have the sack right there, and it's all based off the run to pass conversion right there from Chaz Chambliss. There you see it. Look at the run fit off the snap. Boom. Plays run really, really well out there on the edge, and then boom, now we see pass. We're going to work a pass rush move, sink the dip and rip, and let's get home. Now, I love watching Smael Mondon because we've seen him cover. We've seen him cover this football game at this point. Is there any way you can pause the recording?
That's good.
Oh, I was just going to ask because if you want to do this, why you do this.
No, I already got it out.
Oh, you already got it out? Yeah. Oh, I mean, stud work right here. Stud work right here. Can you put us in two? I love Smael Mondon's ability. We've already seen him in pass coverage, right? Seen them trust his ability to cover Gunnar Helm out of the backfield or out of the formation, right? Split out into space. Now we see him in the box, okay, getting Gunnar Helm a little bit here in the box in a run fit, okay? They're running counter back at him. Okay, we've seen him out in space. Now let's see him play true inside linebacker box shit. Let's see you get in there, and let's see you play with your pads, and let's see you stop the run, coming downhill, reading your keys really well, wrong arm and tight ends, closing gaps right now on this interior counter run fit, and then finishing off the play. Okay, it's a great job by two right there of not only blocks disruption, but finishing off the play. When Texas has actually got somewhat of a decent surface here, right? We got a decent kick out block. We've got some guys blocking back right here. We should have a crease as long as Gunnar Helm can do his job. As long as Gunnar Helm can do his job. One of those moments. One of those moments in the game. I mean, some people call them 50-50 balls. I think these are 50-50 football games, honestly. When these two steam engines meet, these are 50-50 football games. Put us back in two so when we get this tight, you can see it. All right? We call them 50-50 football games because they're coin flips. We don't know which way they're going to go. But as long as you win more of these, scrambling right, great job, zone turns to man. As long as you win more of these 50-50 opportunities or these one-on-one opportunities, right? You hear coaches all the time, we got to win our one-on-ones, we got to win our one-on-ones, we got to win our one-on-ones. At the line of scrimmage, out in space, got to tackle, all that good stuff. This is what these games, when these teams are this equally equally equipped with regards to talent, this is what you're going to see. You got to win more of these than the other guy, all right? And this time, number 2-1. I'm going to tell you, No, I thought number 2 of all of Texas's football players won his one-on-ones every single time. Dude had a damn ball game, okay? Dude had an absolute ball game. Give me a second. Let me try to tweet this out right quick. All right, play 22. I watch a lot of tape. 9 hours a week. 9 hours a week. At this point, this is a funny note. You ready? It says, man, IDK, I watch a lot of tape, or at least I think I do, 9 hours a week at least. Hell, at this point, I'm 3 hours in. Quote, he's throwing pass game slants or stunts on 1st and 10, perfect to destroy the power pass. Honestly, great job by number 3 at least getting the ball away. Now, let's explain why I'm so mystified in the middle of the night, okay, watching tape. They just got a first down, right? It's 1st and 10. That's a rundown for a lot of football teams, okay? Georgia doesn't throw a lot of run stunts, do they, Jonathan? They kind of line up and play football. In fact, they don't run a ton of pass game stunts unless they know why they're doing it, right? Let's put right to the tight. Let's go right to the tight, okay? Texas is running power pass play action, which means they're going to put the ball into the belly of the back. They're trying to take a shot, okay? And they're going to pull the backside guard. Now, Georgia is going to run a stunt perfect for this. They're going to show a hat to the nose or with the nose tackle to the center. Then they're going to upfield rush the backside end and wrap the backside edge rusher, wrap Jalen Walker into B gap, okay, knowing, I think, that power pass is coming. Look at this, Jonathan. Watch. 1st and 10. 1st and 10. This is a pass run stunt for Georgia. I mean, could you imagine if you actually got a run play and you're out here doing this? Now, you're actually fitting the run or fitting the gap or the fits relatively well. But tell me these guys aren't prepared for play action right now. Tell me they're not teed off on something. Tell me they don't know a little bit of something because they throw a perfect stunt, again, to defeat power pass. Could you imagine being that backside center thinking, okay, I'm about to block 29, right? Coach been telling you all week, hey, we got to get back. We got to get back to that 3 technique. We got to get back. We got to get back. And then all of a sudden at the snap, he kind of gives me one of those, and then he disappears, and oh, shit, here comes Jalen Walker? Nah, dog. That's a different game plan. That's a hard one to execute. And we probably got guys watching this on Twitter, Texas fans probably bitching about the quarterback checking the ball down, right? And when I watched this, I honestly talked about yesterday on Sunday Observations, I didn't think he played very well. And then I go watch the tape, and I'm like, oh, I know why he didn't pull him. It ain't his fault. Ain't nothing on this film right now number 3's problem. In fact, he's solving some of them like this right here. He's solving a pressure problem and getting you 9 yards on 3rd or 2nd in a zip code because he's just really, really smart. He knows what he's got. He knows what he's got in front of him. Play number 23, 2nd and 5. Finally get a wide zone stretch outside. They get called for a hold right here. I think it's a pretty blatant hold, to be honest with you. Okay? They get number 2 on the holding call. It's a great job getting the play outside. It's a face mask. It's offsetting penalties, all those things. But here's what creates the hold. Anticipation, reactionary things, all that stuff, those are important when you play the run, right? And I think, honestly, when he's been healthy this year, I think Joe Nell's played really, really good football when playing downhill. I haven't seen an impactful play in coverage. I haven't seen him deny a football. Have you? Do you recall him denying a football or making a breakup or an interception or anything like that? I haven't. But every single time he's been downhill or an open field in a tackling situation, he's performed. He's done really, really well. And this right here is a prime example of his run fits and just his run game intellect. He sees football really well. He's going to see this outside movement from this right tackle. Watch this. Okay, as soon as he sees that right there, boom, you see that right foot start to click into the ground right there, boom. He knows, all right, I'm about to get reached. I need to start working my way and fighting outside, right? I've got to take my ass and get outside. I got to fight to get outside no matter what it takes. And I got to at least draw some type of hold. And by the way, that's 100% a hold. That's always going to get called, especially at the point of the attack for these back judges, right? They are looking at this sight line. They're looking at this sight line the whole way. So anything in this sight line is 100% going to get seen, particularly if we pull leather or if we pull some type, not leather, if we pull some type of, jersey, pulling leather. that says you got to be ready for the ball, 0. They had their drops too. I think 0 had a drop, 5 had a drop. That's a drop. Georgia obviously, lead the country in drops. Georgia obviously had their drops, but we got to catch this football. They're trying to work off of these screens, right? They have a swing screen look, it looks like, coming from the wide receivers and the running back, right? Tight end swinging, running back swinging, and then they're going to run this little bluff right off and run a slant right off onto the inside. We got to catch this football on offense. That's perfectly well thrown. It's well timed. We got to understand, hey, this is a quick concept. It's going to be right on top of us. And I know during practice, I know it was quick. I know it was quick because Quinn's not going to practice like he doesn't play. He's too veteran, right? It's going to be, hey, right off the half hitch, right? We're going to catch this ball, take it right off what was it called, the half hitch, right? I call it the half hitch. We're going to take it right off the half hitch, down to the hut, 1, and then throw it, right? It's a little half hitch right off the set. We got to let the running back clear our movements in front of us, pull it out of his belly, and then throw it. Oh, wrong laptop, wrong iPad. Throw it off the quote, half hitch, right? Let's watch his movements. Oh, half hitch. Play 25. These are long drives from Texas, aren't they? Long drives from Texas. I think it's a great job by 25 driving down on this concept, or 24 driving down on this concept. All right, so Malachi. I think Malachi has done great in coverage this year, Jonathan. I think he has. I think he's been in the hip pocket of almost everybody that he's covered. But what is lacking right now is the ball production. He's not breaking things up. He's not separating the ball at the hands at the top of the routes, right? He's not being strong at the top of the route. It's just the answer right now. It's not about whether or not he's there. He hasn't been beaten all year. In fact, in his entire career, I don't feel like he's been beaten. But we have got to have more ball production right now. To close this stretch of your career, we all assume this is it. To close the stretch of Malachi Starks' career, we have got to have ball production. And this is a prime example. He's right in the hip, guys. He is right there. Now, it's awesome. And the reason we force a 4th and inches right here that they ultimately convert with a tremendous play. The reason we're able to force this 4th and inches is because we are right there. We're doing a great job driving down and being a great athlete. We've got to produce. We've got to break these footballs up if we're going to be the all-pro that we all think we are. And that's the bar we're trying to set here for this dude, right? We think this guy's going to be a great football player. That's the standard for this guy. We've got standards in incompletion, not just be there. The standard for this guy is break that ball up. Agree? We agree. What a sark. That's what it says. What a sark on the note. We'll just call this a sark. Bring the mobile quarterback in there, spread his legs. Hey, yo. Spread his legs out, snap it in between them. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice right there. Honestly, I think most defenses give up a tud right here, don't you? I think most defenses give up a tud. All right, so this is where Georgia fans get mad at me. All right, let's play a game. Jonathan, play a game called Spot the Hold. Okay, I'm gonna let you watch it in slow motion. You tell me when you think you know who got called for the hold. Okay? Now, no cheating, right? You don't know any of the information. Okay, here we go. Spot the hold, Jonathan, in slow motion.
I would assume that it's Isaiah Bond getting called for the hold.
So you think it's Isaiah Bond getting called for the hold?
There on Malachi.
You think it's out here. All right.
Because he even throws his hands up like, oh.
Okay, you think it's out here. You think it's that guy, right? Oh, okay. He does throw his hands out. All right. Now, here I was sitting here watching it last night. You picked it up first frame. I sat here last night watching it over and over and over and over again, and I couldn't quite see it. Maybe because it is out here hiding behind the play button on my iPad. It's wide open out here for you guys. On my iPad, I got play buttons over here that I can't quite see. So maybe that's why I missed it. The reaction is what I'm looking for. I'm always looking for defensive players that say, are bitching, moaning, complaining, give me a call. And I see a reaction from Michael. And I think this is who they called it on. I think they called that one. Now, it lands at Michael's feet right there, does the call, and that's maybe why he turned around and celebrated. Perhaps that's what you're saying. They called it on 7. Did they call it on 7 in real life?
I have no idea.
I don't either. That is a hold, by the way, on 7. That's 100% a hold right there. Yes, I'm with you. I think that's what they called. Maybe let's double check the drive chart right there and see what we got going on. My wife's texting, "Are you done?" No, honey. We got some mo. We got lots and lots of mo. Play 29. Actually, play 28. I think they're trying to set up the halfback angle right here, Jonathan, because they got 2 tight ends over here and they go double drag right behind one another, which is very, very interesting. Double drag right behind one another because I think they're trying to hit the running back right here on the angle out of the backfield.
It was Isaiah Bond that got called for a hold.
Okay, was Isaiah Bond that got called for a hold. Good call on the hold. Don't want to hear any complaining. Save the whales. Okay, so we have these double drags. You see them trailing one another. Now, Sark's offenses would never put, hey, yo, Diddy, 2 Ds in one hole. Would never do it, right? They would never put 2 guys in one route concept behind one another unless there's a purpose for it. Now, they take 2 of these guys in hopes that we're going to draw both of these defenders. Now, here we come with the backside angle from that running back, right? I think that's what they're trying to set up. However, Damon Wilson does a great job getting back up underneath it, and there's a linebacker actually being really patient right there, not falling for the 2 Ds in one hole rabbit trick, right? And they're getting pressure. Pressure solves all problems. But it got relatively covered anyways. You can see that from the tight even. The picture is not all that wide for the quarterback. But you can see what the offensive coordinator is trying to do. And I do like the concept right here. I think it's going to run to some grass back here on the backside. There comes the angle, but Warren Brinson's doing a good job right here on his pass rush. Hey, we can't get threatened by speed rush so much at right guard that we give a 2-way go. Okay, watch this right guard right here as my kids show up and you can hear the rumbling of elephants upstairs, okay? The right guard oversets right here just a little bit, opens the gate. Now, hey, anytime as an offensive guard, we're chest facing directly towards the sideline, we're in trouble. I'm going to tell you that right now, especially if we're not all the way past the launch point. If we're already past the quarterback, that's fine. We can turn and run. But if we're 1.5 yards off the spot and we're already turned sideways, we're in deep trouble, okay? We're in deep trouble. Why'd you look at me like that?
No.
Oh, I thought you looked at me like we froze or something bad had happened. This is my favorite play, I think, because this to me really, really, like, it hammers home, shit, that defense is good. Damn, that defense is prepared. More than good. They're really good. We know that. But damn, they're prepared for what we got going on. Watch Quinn Ewers' body language right here. Watch Quinn Ewers' body language. Put us in 2. Now, what they got going on, Jonathan, is they got a little fake screen out here. They're going to try to fake the swing screen, and they're trying to slip the tight end back here on this action right here. This is their best player, Gunnar Helms, their best playmakers, their best weapon. Now, you watch how quickly it gets covered. I mean, just C.J. Allen points out like that. Just get tells, hey, out. I got the in, and they get it communicated immediately. All right, as a quarterback, we're looking for it. It ain't happening. We're immediately checking the ball down, throwing it out in the flat, and I want you to watch. I think I got the ability to zoom in right here, Jonathan. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I want you to watch the body language right here. You tell me if this is shit. This body language to me screams, damn it, every time I've done that this year, that's been a home run. Look at him. He's ready to rip. He's on the back set, and now he's like, I got to check it out and look at it. He's defeated, ain't he? That is damn, they're prepared. Look at him walking to the sideline ready for the next call because he knows I've had to check the ball down again on a play that every time this year has been a dang banger. Every time he's been wide open, but yet C.J. Allen's right there in his grill. That's what it looks like to be prepared. We could cut it right there and call it the end of the first half study. Do you think we should, or do you think we should keep eating? Because I got another page and a half. What do you think, chat? Chat that I'm not talking to right now. What do you think, chat? All right, let's go. Fuck it. We're going to do this for the sickos this week. That's what we're here for. This week, we're here for the sickos. All right, here we go. Flipping over to the other side of the football. By the way, Jonathan, we have seen 10 total plays for the University of Georgia. There have been 17 minutes run off the clock in this football game. Kind of hard to score a lot of points in that and doing it that way, huh? Kind of hard to score a lot of points doing it that way. So here we go. Let's open it up. Actually, more than that. That is 20 minutes that have ran off the clock. I'm out here doing high school math. That's 20 minutes that's run off the clock. You've touched it twice for a total of 10 plays. All right, here we go. Play number 11. Let's take a look at it. 1st and 10. We're going to scatter. All right, back to a bunch. Trips to the tight side. Okay, we got trips up here. All right, looks like we're getting another cover 3 look, Jonathan? Looks like we're getting another cover 3 look from them. All right, and I think our blocks front side look relatively confused as an offense, okay? It's important when we're running combination blocks, Jonathan, to have what we call 4 eyes on the assignment, right? We got to have, or what did Cedric said it this way, we got to have 4 eyes, 1 brain. 4 eyes, 1 thought. That's what he said. 4 eyes, 1 thought. I love that. 4 eyes, 1 thought. We have 4 eyes, 2 thoughts going on right here between the front side guard and the center. Okay, if I were looking at this combination as a center, I would think we're probably going all the way out to this guy. We're going to kick out here. We have these 2 working to the backside inside linebacker, and you guys are probably sawing off whatever we can off to the backside. The back's got to beat him of all people, I believe. That's the way it looks like to me looking at this formation. Now, down said Hut, there is some confusion from the center, in my opinion, because it looks to me like Dylan's thinking what I'm thinking as I'm breaking this down. Looks to me like Dylan thinks he's smashing down here and working out here. Watch Dylan's footwork and thoughts and eyes, okay? Now his eyes move back to the mic, but his intentions are still front side. But look, 55 never once attempts to take over this nose. In fact, we're playing it almost like we think we're backside blocking here, okay? And we never go to a fully attempt to take over this front side nose tackle, all right? And he's going to make that play every single time. Now, I haven't watched the back half of these notes in the second half yet, Jonathan, but Kirby Smart in postgame talked about we didn't feel like we were getting whipped. We felt like we weren't doing our job. We felt like we were getting a little confused by their run game. And on the 11th snap of the game, you can see an example of that. That's being confused by the front that you're seeing. All right, they're caught in the neutral zone right here, which I think he get called for it, and it looks like he's definitely in the neutral zone, doesn't it? All right, so he gets called for a neutral zone infraction. That turns what would have been a 2nd and 8, a super ineffective play, into a 2nd and 3. And that's what we've been talking about so far in this study is how bad these 2 teams were on first down. It's one of the themes right now, right? Well, here's an example. Okay, when I'm in 2nd and 3, as a coordinator, I get far more advantageous to be aggressive. It's far more advantageous, rather, for me to be aggressive. Okay, and this is a primary example of this. A 2nd and 8 is a totally different play call than 2nd and 3. Here's an example. I can live in 3rd and 3, which means I'm more apropos to take a shot or a more aggressive play call. And here it is right here. We know they've been rocking and rolling to cover 3, right, Jonathan? We got a butt to the sideline, middle of the field. Safety. Deep, our linebackers all on one level. We have a cover 3 look, which means we have a portion of the field that's going to be available right here if we run a tight end into it. Now, I want to show you, Jonathan, how important, and audience, how important the jet motion is to opening up this crease of these linebackers and really taking their eyes, okay? All we really got to do is take advantage of their eyes. We got to flash something in front of them so we can slip something behind them, okay? We're going to flash something in front of them via jet motion. We're going to get them moving horizontally, and then we're going to run right in between the 2 of them. Okay, see how that jet motion really occupies those linebackers' eyes? Now, as a quarterback, man, that's a tough ball to throw, isn't it? That's a tough football to throw with a lot of confidence and to put onto the back hip. It's a relatively tight window, right? We got to not hit the line judge. We got to throw it right of Anthony Hill. We got to throw it back inside of the I think it's Taff right here, okay, or 18. Yeah, that's not Taff. That's another line or safety. But nonetheless, we got to throw it into a relatively tight window, but it's only created because of that neutral zone infraction, right? Getting into that 2nd and 3, much more advantageous to an aggressive play call right there. Ooh, I love this. There's a little wrinkle right here to an inside zone concept, okay? Most teams run inside zone this way, right? If we're going to run these inside zones, we're going to put the back on the right. We're going to give a nice little, belly into the back of the quarterback. We're going to have the ball running back on the right. We're going to run right, nice and easy, right? Not a lot of same side inside zone going on nowadays in college football. All right, well, here it comes. We're going to flip the back, okay? And we're still going to run inside zone. We're just going to have the back do a little inside track this way. A little return action right here from the running back, okay? I like this, okay? It's a good way to get easy numbers on the front side, okay? Big Bill Norton. Big Bill Norton just getting played just a little bit right there. Peeking just a little bit early, are you, Big Bill? And even this, man, it's like, oh, man, what a great run design. Oh, man, look at all that grass, right? Pause it at the line, right? It's the trick we did earlier. Look at all that grass. Watch how quickly it closes. It's a 7-yard gain, dude. They ain't out here ripping it. You know what I mean? We got a big run late in the second half, and I'm interested to see how they got to, but it ain't like offense was like real easy in this thing, even when they earned it. This is such shot territory, right? They just had a good, successful run, 2nd and 3. Again, we saw a second and three created by the neutral zone infraction. They took an aggressive play call, tight end pop pass. All right, here we go, 2nd and 3 again. Guess what it is? It's aggressive play territory for this offense, especially in what we call, the green zone. Once we get in plus territory, 2nd and 3, woo, shot. Look out for it. And here they go. They go play action. Now, I think they've got a bust right here, Jonathan. What's that? That's two what? You daggum right. That's 2 of them in 1. All right. We don't need at the top of our progression for this to be happening. Now, I don't know for a fact because I'm not in the room, but I know concepts. All right. We have the arrow, right? We have the front side of the arrow. Okay. So we have that level. We have that level. We need that level and we need that level, right? So somebody, it's no point in finding out who's to blame. We know someone is. There's a bust going on right here. But, okay, eventually somebody's going to run to grass, and Oscar Delp does. It's almost like Spider 2Y banana, but it's Spider 2 double banana. Okay? Double banana. We got the front side arrow from Arian, which is the first option. Boom, that arrow right there is the first option. If we like it, as soon as we come out of our rollout, we'll take it. Okay, our second read is that second dig. Our third read is that next one. Our last out is the sneak out route right there from Oscar. I'm just going to call it a sneak out route. I don't know what they call it. We're going to pin down and then spin out and run the last line of defense right there for the quarterback. Ooh, this is not your standard counter, folks. This is not your dad's counter, not your uncle's counter. All right, this is a new counter. This is new age counter. All right, now, here we go. Let's draw it up. Old school counter, Jonathan. Down, down, around. That's all you got to think about. That's actually power. Down, down, around, around. Down, down, around, around. All right, because we'll get 2 downs, 2 arounds, right? Here we go. Normally, old school counter, we're going to get down, 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 pin or pull and kick, pull and wrap. That's old school counter, right? You want to know what new school counter is? Let's bring the H. Let's get him involved. Here we go. New school counter. Let's jab step. Let's get out to that 9 technique. All right, that 4-eye is inevitably going to come upfield, isn't he? So now we're going to pull and kick the 4-eye instead of the end man on the line of scrimmage, which is what we normally teach in counter principles. Now we're going to get this nice double team surface all the way back to the backside inside linebacker. We're going to pinch hinge with the backside tackle, meaning we're going to take care of this backside end with that tackle right there. And we're going to have a free hat, the backside H-back for that front side inside linebacker. Watch it all work out right here, Jonathan. Watch it all work out. Okay, watch the jab step right there from 73. Give him a nice stick in the hole. absolutely unhinged right about now. Give a nice jab step, okay, in the hole. Give a nice jab step. Influence him upfield, or at least think he's getting engaged. And then we can get out to that wide 9 out there, okay, and we can kick. Whew. All right, and now we have a crease down the midline. I'm surprised if this tackle right here doesn't get made, if that arm tackle doesn't get made, this bitch might be going to the door. You see it crease right down the hash, don't you, Jonathan? Look at it. Boom, right there. There's the crease. Woo. Okay, it's there all day. I'm surprised they didn't come back to it. But I love that. I love that little tweak of counter, don't you, Jonathan? All right, because I've seen down, around for years. I haven't seen that jab step on a 9 technique in quite some time. Okay, on to play 17. Carson's just clicking through his reads right here. Just catch a damn ball, man. Digs are always going to open, right? Digs are always going to open. We got the field fade right here from Nitro Tuggle. Shout out to the portal. Okay, we got the deep over from the tight end. We got the square end on the backside. We're going to read this 1, especially if we're alert and we're hot, to 2, back to 3. Okay, you'll see this in Carson's footwork. Watch. Okay, boom. There he is working 1 out here. 1. Now he'll click over to number 2. Watch him. Boom, click. That's number 2. We don't like it. Underneath's covered. Now we're going to work all the way back to number 3. Boom, he's clicked on, and now guess what? The ball's coming out. That's what I love about watching this dude play. Okay, and this is what, hey, if it is Gunner, hey, you need to study this guy just for third down purposes. I'm not going to ask you to do this on 1st and 10, Gunner Stockton. I wouldn't. Not as an offensive coordinator, okay? I'm only going to ask you to do this on 3rd and 10 when we can get you nice, good, clean protections, okay? But this is what makes this guy so damn good. Watch him click through these reads, Jonathan, and watch how fast his feet tie with his eyes. Okay, here we go. We're reading 1. Boom, don't like it. We're going to resettle. Now we're reading 2, particularly this defender right here. He's up underneath it. We don't like it. Now we're going to come all the way back to number 3. Look at our feet tied with our eyes. Our base is perfect right here. It's a good technique, and we're going to let it rip. Okay, shoulders square, not leaning any direction. We're going to let that ball come out, and it flies out of our hands perfectly. Boom, right into his damn face mask, and we can't catch the ball. Okay, it's dropped. The notes also say here, and I think you told me leaving the stadium that Kirk Herbstreit pointed this out. Count how many times Arian Smith leaves his feet. Count how many times this guy does this. He jumps into a ball or jumps off the ground. The reason being, he does not trust himself to catch the football. The reason we do the W drill at the combine is we want to see who can continue to run through the football. That's what we want to see. I want to see if you can maintain the line that you are running on, your route that you're running on, while a ball is being thrown at you, because that's what's required right here. All right, if you catch this ball and run after the catch, we might be on a touchdown play right here. And we damn sure is going to catch the football. But when we elevate, when we jump off the ground to get into the ball, all we're trying to do is put our body in front of it. That's all we're trying to do.
I believe Terrence thinks that it's bad eyes on the route. That's how he described it.
He does have his eyes down, you're right. Look, or Terrence is right. Look, his eyes and his body lean are down. When this ball, we've already got to be ready to come out and have our eyes ready to come out of this break. You're right. His eyes appear to be in this way or on this line when he already needs to be having his eyes back on the quarterback. I think if that's what you're regarding Terrence's comments.
Yeah, I think that's what he was saying.
I mean, he does look stunned, doesn't he? Mm-hmm. Look at that. He's coming out of his break. He almost looks surprised that the ball's on him. Shocker that Terrence knows what he's talking about there, huh? Yeah. I got my know a thing or two. This was the play. And Jonathan, you went to school there. You got real love for the G in the logo. If this happened to Georgia, okay, and this were Alabama on the other side. If Alabama's playing offense right now, and this is Georgia's defense, are you hammering the money line for Bama to win this football game the moment this play happens?
Definitely not feeling great. It's like missed opportunity to get him off the field, get the ball back in our hands.
By the way, I think at this point in the football game, you've already missed a field goal, or you're about to, and you've already settled for 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, ball's in the air for an hour, it feels like. It feels like two or three Texas defenders have an opportunity to catch the ball. Ball's bouncing all over the place. At that point, you think, all right, this is not going our way today. If you're a Georgia fan, having watched all these years of this football game. Now, I love this from Texas because a lot of times as a quarterback, like this walked up look, it's a simulated pressure league nowadays. Everybody's sim pressuring. So we know they're probably not going to send every guy that's walked up. If they do, I'm hot anyways. I got to get the ball out of my hands. But we also know one of these guys is probably going to disrupt or be a dropper, right? So if we're going to try to beat this man coverage right now with this immediate slant from Lawson Lucky, we got to watch out for that guy right there, who's their best football player in terms of second-level defenders, Anthony Hill, jumping up and getting into that window. And you can see that's what causes this ball to almost be intercepted. Carson's going to rip this immediate winner because he knows, all right, look, I'm hot, right? They're bringing 5. They got man coverage. I've got this immediate winner running right to my face. That's my hot answer when I'm getting heated up with pressure. So I've got to throw that ball or be ready to throw that football. The only problem is, watch what happens. Downset Hut, give me a little snap right here, 15. Downset Hut, as we send the motion out and the safeties roll, Downset Hut, he's going to try to throw this slant right now, all right? But guess what? He has the feel. He sees, he knows, I got a free player. I'm pulling this ball down on a pump fake. I don't want to have this ball tipped. Ball gets tipped anyways as we try to hit the slant in the late window, okay? I actually think it's good presence right there as a quarterback to know, okay, there is a free player, right? I saw Peyton Thorne throw this interception against Oklahoma on this channel, didn't we, Jonathan? Mm-hmm. Okay, same play against Oklahoma we've seen on this channel, a quarterback throw that ball off. What are we, 2.5 hours in, Jonathan?
50.
Feels like we're 2.5 hours in. All right, back to the Texas offensive side of the ball. All right, here we go. We're back onto the Texas side of the ball. It is 6-3 in this football game. We got us a rock fight as we expected. All right, here we go. We are on play number 31 for Texas. We are currently on play number 18 for Georgia's offense. So they're on pace to get doubled up in terms of snap count in the first half right here. Texas opened up the football game with 2 or 3 really successful and on-time out routes, right, Jonathan? And we asked ourselves, how quickly is Georgia going to adjust and take that away? The answer was immediately. Immediately. All right, we saw them within one snap, I think play 6 of the football game, started taking it away after they hit it twice. Now they're making it really, really, really hard for you to do so. Not only are you going to have to throw and beat this underneath defender in Smile Mondon, you're going to have to beat now the roll down coverage. Okay? Space getting tighter as the football game progresses for this Texas offense. All right. No need to really watch the tight there, but we did. Now, they're coming back to these RPOs, Jonathan. There's a lot of space in this as they keep rocking and rolling these safeties, sometimes playing too high. Either way, there's a lot of space as this safety goes to roll this way and this safety goes to roll this way. A lot of space in this area of the field, right? Particularly with this split safety look. Now, in my years prior, I've always said, who was one of my favorite safeties to watch in years prior?
At Georgia?
Yeah.
Javon Bullard.
He was a nickel, but yeah, I liked him as safety. Richard LeCount. Now, Richard LeCount was, in my opinion, the best boundary safety against RPO slants you'll ever see. You see, Malachi Starks has already turned his body inward, right? It looks as if he is prepared for this guy to run into this area. Now, where instincts come into play is closing this space into this slant and either picking that football off, dislodging that football, or taking somebody's head off, right? Like we have to close this space. Okay, we damn sure have to make the tackle after. But I always thought Richard LeCount, now he's never, as physically gifted as Malachi Starks. Never will be. He's 3 inches shorter. He's a half a second in the 40, almost slower. Okay, there's a lot of differences there. But his mind, by the time he got done playing at Georgia, was so damn elite with what he was going to see from his opponents. And he was always closing that space right there. There are 3 defenders right there from Georgia in and around that play, none of which are actually close enough to impact the ball. All right? Nor did either of them make the tackle. I always love watching Richard close that space on those RPO slants from that backside, right? Being this guy, look, hey, our eyes took us to it. All right, I know we're still playing run a little bit, but our body lean and our leverage have taken us to where we're supposed to go. Click and key now. Drive down and go and make a play, okay? A little late with recognition. Now, I know I'm asking a lot, right? I'm asking a guy to close a ton of ground, especially once you get to the tight. You see how much space I'm actually asking. All right, but we definitely got to make this tackle, right? We definitely got to make this tackle. Him and Dan Jackson both. But that slant's going to get stopped by that boundary side safety from the far side, okay? It's going to happen. Drop by number 5. They finally get this out route against cover 3 again, okay? Georgia's in meg coverage maybe with that backside tight end to avoid those slip screens with the tight end. We have one deep hat here, one deep hat here. I honestly don't know what coverage they're in. I'm going to shut my mouth. I don't know what they're running. Looks like 2 high, maybe man coverage, maybe 2 man. Maybe that's what they're in. Yep, that's 2 man. Okay. They're man coverage. I figured it out. Just took a second, Jonathan. Just took a second. But making it hard, making that out route hard, but this is a drop. Doink. But, man, is this a drop or is this ball fluttering and allowing the DB to get in there and make a play? Let's help you out here, class. Is this a drop or the ball fluttering and being late, allowing the DB? That's a drop. But, Jonathan, I'm saying, look, he catches it, and the reason that DB is right there, okay, able to break that ball up is because the ball is late. Agree or disagree? Catch the damn ball, first and foremost. Catch the damn ball. But ball could have arrived with a little bit of, a little bit better, right?
Yeah.
Ball could have arrived with a little bit more zip, maybe? Nah, screw that. Catch the damn ball. When I do that, I can be a little bit quicker, a little bit better for you next time. That's on me. Hey, Jonathan, versus the cover 3, the deep over will what?
Always run open.
It's going to run to grass. It's going to run to grass every time. All right. Now, here's the difference against every football team. The first time we saw the underneath defender from Georgia, right, Raymond Wilson, make that throw really, really tough, right? Now, it's nice and easy on the quarterback, isn't it? Look, there's a ton of grass there. But guess who it ain't going to be easy on this time? This time it ain't going to be easy on the wide receiver. You know why? Because the safety fitting the hunt. All right? And 17 came to kill, steal, and destroy. Always. Always, always, always. My man is hunting. My man is hunting. So if it's not made easy on the quarterback, it's not made easy on the wide receiver. For somebody, the job going to be difficult today. All right, on both sides of the football for both of these football teams playing these defenses. It's going to be difficult for somebody today. Let's go to 35. Crack replace, gives up a 5-yard run. And look, hey, pause it at the line of scrimmage. Pause it at the line of scrimmage. This is as good as it gets, right? For these offenses today, we have the running back at the line of scrimmage. His nearest defender is 5 yards away. We have finally created separation. This is as beautiful as a picture as we possibly can get as an offense. And that, unfortunately, was as tough as it gets. It's a 3-yard gain. 3 or 4 yard gain. And it's a beautiful design. I mean, the crack replace gets this matchup, right? It gets this matchup at the point right here between the running back and a corner. And C.J. Allen's fighting over the top against Gunnar Helm and finishes the playoff. Man, man. It's not just the pressure. The pressure's great. It's the coverage, man. For 8 quarters now, Georgia has absolutely strapped these boys. Okay, they have gotten into the hip pocket of every single threat that they possibly have. They've got an underneath defender for this tight end. C.J. Allen's working over the top of this right here. Daniel Harris is covered up at the top. Dan Jackson's got that covered up at the top. Oh, by the way, we have a free hat to play with as a defense as well with Malachi Starks over the top. Bottom line, guys, yeah, everyone talks about the offensive line getting whipped, and both sides of these guys are both sides of this offensive performances for both these teams. But these guys have covered really, really well in both these football games in the back end. Okay, so a lot of kudos, a lot of credit to the defensive coordinators and the pass game coordinators on both of these sides for sure. I'm not watching third in the zip code. All right, let's actually we might need to right here. What do we got? Missed opportunities for Georgia too. This is the drop by Daniel Harris. Catch the ball, my guy. Catch the ball, my guy. All right, on to the last couple of series here in the second half, or first half. All right, here we go. What's the situation here? We got 4.5 left in the first half of this football game. Georgia's finna go 3 and out. Let's find out why. I think Colin Simmons, the freshman right here, does a tremendous job turning this play back in. Turning this play back in really, really violently as well. All right, let's go up to the top. All right, he's going to dip right back in here. Watch this from the front side defensive end. All right, so that's what forces it backside, right? As soon as we're pressing this front side gap right here as a running back, our eyes go to these front 2 combinations, right? Are we winning? So let's see what happens. We got eyes on the front side combination. We're getting split right here, right? So we know as soon as we get to reach the mesh point, we're probably not working this front side, right, Jonathan? We're probably going to be bouncing back. So we're going to have to read this combination next. Those are where our eyes as a running back go. All right, so we know we're probably cutting off of this butt cheek, right? We're probably cutting off of this butt. Now, the problem is, we got to seal this backside in. We got to hold it, right? If we're ever going to cut off here, we got to win here. And we are not winning there as an offense. We're getting beat on that backside. So we're getting beat here. We're getting beat here. We're going to get tackled here. You can literally see him go through those reads on this arc, Jonathan. Watch. He'll press, peel, tackled. Watch. Press. We don't like it front side. We're reading that duo, trying to cut. Boom. Tackled. What's that coaching cliche? Do your job? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You got to do your 1/11th on offense. I've always said that about offensive football, and it's why I almost find it more beautiful. It's like it's more football. Football is everybody doing their job for the collective team. Like that's what coaches talk about. But offensively, all 11 guys have to do their job. Defensively, if one guy makes an incredible play, they might stop the team. All right, but offensively, we all got to do our job. Yeah, nah, dude. 16's a mother effing dude, man. All right, so they're going to get some type of too high zone coverage, right? That's what we got going on. All right, so if I, as an offense, run that guy off, let's clear the picture for you. If I run that guy off, I'm going to take this corner with him. All right, and if I take this tight end on the deep over, I might get this safety to bite down. All right, so let's stop it once we sell the deep over, Jonathan. Here comes the deep over, right? There it is. So if I get that guy to bite down, I've got him on inside leverage, right? And 9 times out of 10, we have beaten this safety and we have created a big time play because we're actually running the fake deep over and running the out route back with this tight end. This hit against Clemson for a big 35-yard play late in the second half. And this is not going to hit right now against Texas because this Michael Taft kid can play some damn football. Look at that change of direction, Jonathan. This is a former walk-on. Bullshit. I don't care. This guy's going to play on Sundays, in my opinion, because of this right here. It's a change of direction league. This conference is a change of direction league. It's a how much can you close space and how quickly. How quickly can you recognize? How quickly can you click? How quickly can you drive? That's what this sport is about. That's what this league is about. Watch this right here as he's getting double moved. That right there. Closing that space and getting up underneath that play and impacting that football. That's crazy, man. We have the mental acumen to know what they're doing to us and the physical capabilities to close the space. That's what's required to play on Sundays, man. You can't quite see it as well from the tight, but the wide angle of that, I mean, that's impressive stuff, man. All right, we're going to skip straight ahead to the next possession and watch the 2-minute drill. You think, Jonathan? You good with that? I'm good with that. I cheated you guys 4 plays out of the 70 in the first half. I'm sorry. I'm a bum. All right. So the first thing I noticed in this 2-minute drill, Jonathan, is they are getting after it. Now, there's 38 seconds left in the game, right? And you should know as a coordinator, and it's foresight. We're going to see it. They're rushing 4, and they're surprised by rushing 4 on the Hail Mary play. But you can see it right now. Most teams play prevent. They rush 3 at this point in the football game, right? Not this team. They're sending 4 and 5 every single play here in 2 minutes. So you should know, all right, we're getting heated up the entire time, all right? Especially as a quarterback, we got to know that. First play, they send 4, drop 8, or send 4, drop 7, 1 deep high. All right, he checks the ball down because he sees, hey, okay, they got this 3 high safety shell, all right? And as the ball snap, they're going to rush 4, and then everybody else drops out. I like my back into the flat, especially knowing I can get it out of my hands quickly right now. I can potentially pick up a first down, and I can certainly get my back out of bounds to stop the clock. So it's a good decision. By the way, we might be watching the final drive of Carson Beck's Georgia career right now. Not to do that to you. How's that make you feel? We got time. I mean, shit, we've been here for 3 hours already. Jonathan, how's this make you feel right now that we're watching Carson Beck's potentially final drive on this channel?
It sucks, in my opinion, because what Georgia is about to do now of going to playoffs is exactly what that guy waited for. Like, he waited his whole career, sat at Georgia to be the starting quarterback in hopes of going to the playoffs and leading them to a title. And he may not get to do that because of something he can't really control.
It's kind of metaphorical for this entire season, the way this drive goes for him. And to an extent, his career, okay? On this first play, he checks the ball down. I mean, he's the guy I will remember for checking the ball down when you're supposed to. So far on this channel, he's king check down when you're supposed to. He and Aaron Rodgers, the most I've studied. I don't study a lot of Aaron Rodgers, but on this channel, this guy checks it down when you're supposed to. All right, in this next play, guess what happens, Jonathan? He throws a damn dart and it gets dropped. All right, and on the last play, guess what happens, Jonathan? Protection fails on him. Okay, so those right there, it's very, very picturesque for kind of how his career wraps up at Georgia if this is the way it goes. Because I think the parts around him really deteriorated this year at times, and that's unfortunate for him. And here we go, we see the drop. I mean, guys, they're rushing 4, playing 1 high. I mean, he throws it in stride, and he's already getting pressured. I mean, there's a guy in his lap, and look at this ball. You can't see it from the wide, so watch it from the tight. They're rushing 5. All right, so I know I'm hot. The safety's in the middle of the field. I know I've got a lot of space, right? Ball's on the left hash. There's one safety here. He's rolling. I've got man-to-man, one-on-one opportunities everywhere. All right, and they're rushing 5, so I know I'm heated up, right? I got to get the ball out quickly. Top of his drop, no wasted moment or movement. Look at this, boom. One hitch up, ball comes out. Okay, guy's in his back. All right, he's getting pressure. Look where this ball placement is. You can't put it any better. Where's the ball? You can't see it because it's in his hands. It's already right there. Can't put it any better. Cannot put the ball any better. It's dropped yet again. Another drop in a critical situation for this football team and this quarterback, man. Okay? Now, here comes some of the controversial things. in this play or in this drive right here. The two back-to-back interceptions that end up being free plays. Oh no, this is a screen right here. It's kind of a nothing play, to be honest with you. So 1st and 10, they pick up a first down. Oh no, I know why this is on the tape. Anthony Hill's a bad dude. Anthony Hill out here murdering people. Look at this, Jonathan. Sometimes I'd hate to be a wide receiver nowadays in college football because this is Dom Lovett and this is Anthony Hill. The two humans could not look and feel any more different when you get out there in person. And they're going to ask Dom Lovett to go crack Anthony Hill, and he gets cracked. Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough assignment, man. But anyways, it's a first down for Georgia in this 2-minute situation. Let's go on to play 25. I want to know, all right, this is a free play, 100%. This is a free play, no doubt. All right, so my question to you, Jonathan, is why are we pumping the football right here? He pumps the ball, buddy. Ain't nobody biting. And by the way, we're just trying to run by him. And this is Anthony Evans down here. He ain't hitching and going nothing. As soon as he saw free play, his eyes lit up like a daggum dude at a drag strip going, okay, phew, I get to go straight. All right, so just throw that thing. Throw it as far as you can, man. I don't know why we're pumping. The pump, all it did was create us an opportunity to underthrow this football. Right? You're over there. You must have said this to yourself watching it because you nodded your head as soon as I said it. Why are we pumping that ball? Throw the damn thing. Ain't nobody biting on a double move right there. The only thought process I have, Jonathan, is maybe he thinks he can mess with the safety's trajectory on the ability to get over the top if he pulls him down with a pump. But still, man, we're not helping ourselves. That sounded like an important vibration because mine went off too. No?
Just a Virginia Tech safety.
Okay. Now, this is horseshit encroachment. This is not a false start. They called that. That's not it. But for you Save the Whale folks, okay? Because I know. I've seen this one on Texas fan accounts all over the place. This is the last play of the half if it is an interception. It's a non-consequential play. Right? Because doesn't he try to toss this ball back?
No, that's on the final one.
Oh, that's on the final one. Then maybe this is a consequential play. Because y'all have time right there with about 8 seconds left to throw a ball and get a completion, right? Ball's at the 50. So if you get the ball here, 1st and 10, you got to throw at least a ball to here, right? Mm-hmm. And get the timeout called. Okay, get on the ball and kick a 52-yarder. So maybe the refs cost you 3 points there. I don't know this is very akin to what Carson did against Alabama. I have no idea why he's throwing this ball. He's not rushed. It's not like he's getting pressure in his face. We're throwing to the wrong window. It's like we're ignoring an underneath defender whilst staring at him. I can't explain that one. We should definitely be hitting this once we saw Anthony Hill apex this way. He was standing right here as the ball snapped. He rotated up underneath our number 2 wide receiver, which means we've got to hit our number 3 wide receiver. I don't know what the read was here. It's a really bad interception. Should have been an interception. All right, so here is the Hail Mary play, and ouch. Ouch. I don't know what my coaching point would be here, except for I'd always want to roll right, wouldn't you? Mm-hmm. If I were a right-handed quarterback, I would always want to roll right. I wouldn't want to roll left. But
the only reason why I think
Rodgers always rolls left.
And another reason why I think he maybe was rolling left is that's the side of the field that Jaden Riddell is on.
You're right. And let's see where they're working the because most Hail Marys are working to one side or one area, right? We'll run everyone this way. Some people go on straight verticals, some people go on benders to the point where we're trying to throw it up. So let's see where guys are working. And to be honest with you, this is going to sound like you seen that clip of Simmons lately talking about comparing himself to the way LeBron covers nowadays? You haven't seen it? All right. So he said basically lately, like, I've seen LeBron do some moves in defense that, remind me of my old days playing pickup, that kind of thing. So I understand now, thinking about it, knowing how I throw footballs. Rolling left, for some reason, there's a pop that you can get off your left foot on these balls that make it really jump out of your hand when you're floating left. So maybe that's why he's working left, because pressure and the extra hat right here is Anthony Hill. I don't want to run towards him. He's a spy, right? He's going to create problems for me if I run that way, especially the backside. Either way, we're overanalyzing a play that's here just to watch people go, ow, that hurt. Just ask your wife, who's been wondering where you at for the last 3 hours watching some idiot talk football on YouTube. Go in your kitchen and put your arm like this and ask your wife to come just dunk on your hand right quick and see how it feels. Hey, what should we make them comment? How long they been here, Jonathan?
2 hours and 15 minutes.
2 hours and 15 minutes. What should they comment? Stamina? Stamina. I love you. Bye.